we accept complete responsibility for who we are and where we are in life. We set authentic progress as our minimum standards. Kindness is our currency. We are in control of our decisions, health, actions, and beliefs. I can't read the first two words right there. The grit
We
to
have the
never.
grit to never quit.
We are fully committed to pursuing our authentic purpose, break through struggles to get stronger, and help others do the same. We commit to non being. We commit to non being in healthy bodies as we live our best lives.
We're gonna go ahead
We
and
are.
change that to we commit to now being.
Oh, now being
Now being,
okay.
yeah, living in the present moment in the now and making sure that we are good to go there. Hey, Michelle.
Hello.
We are Life Fighters. Dun, 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 dun. Good to see you, Michelle. It's been a while. I'm glad you're back. Looks
It
like you are
has.
ready to get back onto the wagon. Dorothy, always good to see you. Lisa, we
Uh-oh.
are
Can you
seeing
see me?
more and more each other as we go.
Oh, can you see me? Oh, you can see me.
Yes, I
So I've
and
been
hear you.
working in the yard.
Well, I am probably going to mute you just so we don't have background sounds.
Okay,
And
yes.
I do want you to ask yourselves, everyone, if there's any struggle you're having, a question you have, I'd love to answer it out loud for everyone. Type it in the chat. If you've had a breakthrough this week, maybe you lost a couple pounds, maybe you started doing consistent actions each day, maybe you've changed your thinking. I would love for you to share that because everyone knows they want to change. And unfortunately, when it comes to changing our body, our emotions, our mental state, our financial situation, our relationship situation, it's not just to snap your fingers. It's a steady decision, one at a time, to take the actions, think the thoughts, and believe in that desire fulfilled as you go, which changes your hormones, your neurochemistry, and changes your body. So it's not an instant fix. So little tiny wins, they add up as long as you do them consistently. So go ahead and type those in the chat. I will definitely answer everyone's questions before we're done. And I'm going to mute everybody for a bit, but you can definitely nod your heads. And thank you for having your cameras on. It makes life so much cooler for me because I can tell if what I'm telling you is boring or not. All right, I'm going to switch to my tablet. All right, you have all most likely heard of this story, and yet I'm going to tell it again. Now, I have gone through this SKOOL community, which is growing quickly. It's amazing. But there's almost 500 people in it. I would say 10 people are consistently interacting, taking action, going through the course. And that is the place. Like, I'm going to do away with the app at the end of this month. Don't worry, Lisa, you've never had the app. The app will be gone. Gone. I mean, Gone, gone. I'm pretty sure it'll be gone. I want it to be gone so badly. It will be gone. And my goal is to have it gone by the end of this month. So SKOOL is the app. Will have everything you need, including workout. Now, what I'm seeing in SKOOL, and by the way, if you don't know what SKOOL looks like, it looks like this. And I'm seeing more and more people. I had a tough weekend. I was doing great. I fell off. I don't know what happened. And I have experienced this throughout my career. And you've probably had thoughts, feelings, or even acted in a way that you knew was going against what you wanted. It was unacceptable to what you wanted, but you kind of felt powerless to control it. This is the classic story of the human predicament, the human life situation. Now, we know what we need to do in order to have the life we want, yet we don't do it. And sometimes we catch ourselves like, what the heck? Why did I do that again? Or how did I get in this position? Or why am I feeling this way? And there are things we can control and things we can't. And as we grow up, we get these programs that keep us safe from the dangers. And mostly it's the danger of feeling bad. Mostly it's the danger of being rejected, unloved, unwanted, unappreciated. Maybe there's even a danger of not having food or being unsafe. But most people, it's a fear of not being good enough. And we get these programs early in life and they stick with us. But we create programs. And these programs are self-protective traits that we automatically do whenever life throws us a wrench, a curveball, or something icky. In fact, there is a post, what's yours? And some of the programs, I isolate and avoid authority figures or people in general, people pleasing and approval seeking, number 2. Number 3, scared of anger and of angry people. Number 4, compulsive habits, eating, drinking, smoking, to fill abandonment issues. Victim viewpoint and attracting other victims into my relationships. Rescuing others instead of dealing with my own issues. Guilt and shame, so I don't stand up for my truth. Addicted to chaos and excitement. Where's the problem? Where's the fire? Where's the fire? Which fire can I put out? Confusing love and pity. Intend to love people I can pity or who pity me. Stuffing feelings from traumatic childhood. Stuffing feelings from a painful divorce. Stuffing feelings from anything that sucked and almost traumatized you or did traumatize you to an extent that you just don't want to feel. Number 11, judging myself harshly. I'm going to speak in the first person. Because I've had all of these traits at one time in my life. And at one point, I think I had all of them at the same time. Judging myself harshly, resulting in low self-esteem. Number 12, fear, abandonment, and rejection. Staying in unhealthy relationships, friendships, partnerships, client coaching relationships. Number 13, reacting to situations, reacting instead of creating the life I desire. So waiting for someone to complain, waiting for someone to ask me a question, waiting for someone to say they like it, and before I actually create the life I desire. And then fearing criticism. Oh my gosh. Even if it's constructive and with all the love in the world, fearing it. So go inside here. Maybe you have all of them like I did. Maybe you have none. Maybe you got it all figured out. Maybe you have a few. And be brave enough to share. Whoa, that's eye-opening. Be brave enough. Good job, Lisa. Now here's where Lisa shares one if she's brave. Here's where Dorothy goes in and likes Lisa's response and responds to it. This is where we build a community. This is the closest thing we can get to an online community online. So go in school, be part of the community. All of my coaching is going to be in school. There's so many courses you can unlock. And if you're one of my clients, you have them all unlocked already. But back to the topic. We have these programs, and those are some of the ones. And we realize that we have these programs that kept us safe at one point. Now they just take over and they keep us stuck. And we're like powerless to control them. Like we don't have any control over to make them go away. They are just there. And whether it's overeating, which I've done that one, maybe drug use, maybe smoking, maybe procrastination, maybe ruminating on old past memories, maybe just feeling bad. Now, most of our problems come from our own thoughts, our own feelings, our own actions, which unfortunately we are doing subconsciously and without awareness. Now, something would be like, I can't stop thinking about food. I can't stop being mad at my boss. I can't stop being mad at my ex-husband or my ex-wife. I can't stop wondering what they're thinking. And that I can't stop, or I can't make it to the gym in the morning. I can't eat healthy. I can't get enough protein. I can't get enough sleep. I can't drink enough water. I can't. These are programs. And we're powerless to them because they are programmed into our subconscious. We've thought it so many times and felt the feelings that come with it so often that they are automatic click, run programs. Same with emotions. Our brain and our subconscious, which is all the emotions we feel, memorizes emotions. Like, we memorize emotions like feeling sad, feeling depressed, feeling lonely, and then cover it up with acting like we don't, staying really busy. And I would say especially eating sweets is a big cover up for it. Drug use is a huge one. Gambling, another one. Staying really, really busy all the time. Never talking about how you feel, not even to yourself. Like the most important person to be honest with in the world about your feelings and what you're feeling is you. Because you can't lie to anyone else unless you first lie to yourself. And you can't tell anyone else the truth unless you tell yourself the truth. And that means awareness and authenticity. Now, here's the thing. We are powerless when it comes to our programs until we recognize them as programs, not who we are, not they're not in control, but when we become aware of them, we can do something about them. Now, this is a good example of this. The following is an old Cherokee Indian story. The Bible says it. All the spiritual texts say it. And I hope you find it enlightening. Enlightening in the light. Okay. One evening, an old Cherokee told his grandson about a battle that goes on. I'm going to tell a different version of it, actually. I have it right here. I wrote it out. This version is kind of fun. All right. I have lots of writing. Little boy in the Cherokee village gets a brand new drum. You know, they didn't have video games back then, so it was a drum and he loved it. It was very nicely decorated, made cool sounds. And he got this drum as his new toy. And his friend wanted to play with it. And his friend says, "Can I play with it?" And he goes, "No." And his friend, "No, go away, leave it alone." And his friend goes away crying, like, "Ah, it's so mean." We've all experienced that. And the boy felt bad. Like inherently, he knew that what he just did wasn't very nice. So he went to his grandfather, and his grandfather listened to the story. And the boy said how he felt like he wanted to share it, but he didn't want to share it because really he wanted to keep the toy to himself. He didn't want anyone to break it. He didn't want anyone to mess it up. And he just had this battle. And the grandfather just listened patiently. He said, "My son, the battle is between two wolves inside us all. It's a terrible fight, and it's between two wolves. One is working against us. I don't like the word evil, but grandfather used it, so I will too. He called it evil. I don't like that word. I won't use it. Let's say one is negative. One is going against us, and it's full of anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, guilt, arrogance, self-pity, resentment, inferiority, lies, false pride, superiority, judgment, justification, and ego." Then grandfather continued, "The other is good." By the way, the good one looks like Rocket. That's why I really like this story. "The other is good. He is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity." Yeah, grandson could have used some generosity with that drum. "Truth, compassion, and faith." The same fight is going on inside you and inside every other person too. This is not just a story, everyone. This is neuroscience 101. But back to the story anyway. The grandson thought about it for a minute, then asked his grandfather, "Grandfather, which wolf will win?" The old Cherokee simply replied, "The one you feed." Which wolf are you feeding? So enough about problems. Let's talk about power. Let's turn problems into power. Your ability to choose is your greatest power. Your second is your ability to direct attention towards a certain thing. But let's talk about the power of choice. You get to choose, not you have to, or you can, or maybe you will, maybe you won't. You get to choose, and it's a moment-to-moment decision. But most of the time, you probably aren't even aware of which one you're choosing, because the old click run programs become so familiar, so routine, so reactionary and reflexive that you're not even aware that you're choosing it. It just is automatically what you do in that situation. You're not alone. I struggled big time when I was struggling with addiction with this. If this happens, happens, and this happens, and that happens, I have no other choice but to do the thing that's going to give me comfort, relief, and safety. So don't feel bad about it. Welcome to the club. But here's the thing. These simple words, I'm choosing to, will change your life. Not I have to work out tomorrow. I'm choosing to work out because I want a healthy body. I have to eat protein. I'm choosing to eat protein. I have to eat till I'm only 80% full. By the way, all of you that don't want to count calories, figure out a way. Simple math. Wait till you're 80% full and stop. You never have to count calories in your life. Not till you're full, not till you're satisfied, because we are stopping too late. 80% full. But I digress. Let's get back to what's going on. Oh, look at this graphic. Yep. Spend a little time making it. What wolf are you listening to? Because one wolf hurts, the other one helps. Look at it like this. This is your ego, and this is your SP programs. This is not your truth. And maybe at one point, it kept you alive. Move this out of the way. Boom, look at that. Maybe one time it kept you safe, but now it's hurting you. Anger will not help you. Superiority, judging others, resentment, guilt, shame, especially don't help. They release hormones and neurochemicals in your body that shut down the healing process and the fat burning process. So if all you care about is losing weight and you don't care about anything else in your life but being skinnier, this is hurting you. Physiologically hurting your efforts. It's making you sick. It's causing cancer. It's causing genes that otherwise would stay inactive and non-expressed to express in your DNA, and diseases are happening. The other one helps. Now, this is your true self. This is your quantum self. This is your God self. This is your spiritual self. This is your 5D. This is, we'll just call it your true, where did we go with the white? I like the white. We're going to call this your true self. This is the quantum, aka, by the way, quantum and spiritual, they're synonymous. Whenever I say quantum, I mean spiritual. Whenever I say the universe or the quanta, I'm talking about God, talking about, they're all the same. The thing about quanta is science verifies it. There's no controversy. God, just saying the word God, so ambiguous, so amorphous. It means so many different things. There's so many different people. Sometimes it triggers people and they stop even listening after they hear it. I hope he believes in my God. I hope he believes in the same God I do. Because if he's not, if he doesn't, then maybe I'm wrong, or maybe he's wrong, and maybe I should give it. No. There's a higher power than ourselves, and it's subatomic. And the same way that God and religion and spirituality has been explained, quantum physics is exactly verifying it. These are subatomic particles that happen before they become molecules. Like it happens in the quanta before it ever happens spiritually or physically. So enough about that. We have a quantum blueprint. We have a spiritual blueprint that is joyful, that is peaceful, that is healthy, that is living out our true desire, our true purpose. But we have covered it up again and again and again with our programs. Now, you get to decide I am choosing to think. You cannot always decide what to feel, but I'm choosing to think. I'm choosing to align. And when alignment, it means aligning with your true self, aligning with your God self, aligning with your spiritual blueprint, your healthy self. When you align, not only do you feel more at ease, your body becomes healthier. Every moment you spend aligned, your body's becoming healthier. It shifts you from fight or flight. It shifts you from protection mode into healing, growth, and repair mode. You cannot burn fat when you are in protective mode. So every time you catch yourself being stressed, know that you're not burning fat. You're not. Your body is not physically capable of it. But I have such a stressful life. Yes, you do. Keep saying that, and you'll keep having that stressful life. Back in action. So I would ask yourself this question. What programs do you need to change? What programs do you need to become aware of? Because here's where it gets fun. You are not your body. You are an essence. You are an energy. You are a light. You're a soul. You're a spirit. You are a spiritual being, quantum being, having a physical experience. Your body expresses what you've told it to. You've told it to with your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, and your actions. All of us have created the body we have with our thoughts, beliefs, feelings, and actions. Now, granted, there's a certain part of our DNA that's hardwired. Only 5% though. 5%. That means the other 95% is open up to interpretation. And we're telling that DNA how to express itself. Chronic disease has a cure, and it's alignment. Now, here is number one. The number one skill that you can do starting today that will change your ability to choose. Remember, you're choosing good wolf, bad wolf. Truth, old programs. What you desire, what you fear. It's like one way or the other. You won't be able to make the decision if you're caught in the same emotional loops, the same thought patterns, and the same thinking, and the same level of consciousness. All right. Imagine consciousness and awareness and your soul and your spirit and your light, whatever gives us all life that goes away when our physical body dies. Imagine you can see it. You can't because it's quantum energy. It's very small. It's very fast moving. It goes faster than the speed of light. But imagine you can. Now imagine that level of consciousness rises above you and just observes. You become the observer. And for those of you thinking, ah, man, this guy, Google the observer effect in quantum mechanics. It's true. But here's what you're going to do. Here's what I do all the time. Observe what you're thinking. Observe what you're feeling. Observe the actions you're taking at that specific moment. You can only become the observer at the most magical time ever, and that's now being. And when you become the observer, you are witnessing the thoughts, the feelings, the actions, the words, and that's when you can do something about it. But here's a spoiler alert. Your observer has no ego. Your observer has no opinion. Your observer is nothing but love and consciousness. That part of you doesn't judge you. So if you try to rise up and become the observer and you're judging everything, why do I keep doing that? I'm doing that again. Man, I should know better. No, you're not the observer. You're still your ego mind. And your mind's observing the mind, which is a mess. We have to shift our level of consciousness. The moment we become this level of consciousness, something happens. We have a brain, boom, we have a heart, and we have a gut. The gut is very convoluted. I'm going to just say gut, because drawing an intestine, a large intestine, it'll look like a big poop. Anyway, literally it would. That's what poop comes out of. So instead, let's know that each of these parts of our body have neurons. Neurons create electromagnetic energy. When the brain is out of coherence, the heart is out of coherence. When the heart is out of coherence, when it's incoherent energy, so is the brain. And guess what? When both of them are out of coherence, so is the gut. Have digestion issues, irritable bowel syndrome, you are not aligned. Your energy centers are not firing coherently. When your brain is coherent, your heart will become, and vice versa. Your heart is the emotional brain. Your brain is the thinking brain. And your gut is the one that controls all the digestion in the background and also connects with all three. But stress, fight or flight, anger, guilt, shame, all of those bad wolf. I know I say wolf funny. It's just the way I say it. All those bad wolf emotions and feelings, those are all incoherent feelings in your body. The more often you're feeling them, the less healthy your body is.